said earlier.
What I said earlier was nuts. That's top 5 pauses all time. That's competing with Schofield.
I ain't gonna lie, that was hilarious.
Listen, let's jump straight into the conversation here. Super producer Joel Holt, pettiest man alive, Mr. P. Kid, of course, Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, and Mr. Drew Better. If you knew better, you do better. Say, who better? Nobody, bro. It's your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, man. As the Bears signed Case Keenum to a 1-year, $3 million deal, was going to get into this conversation anyway because of the comments that Ryan Poles made about the possibility of going out and signing a starting or a backup quarterback who could come in and help out Caleb Williams, help out the quarterback room as a whole in general. And I think that this is a perfect candidate for it. A couple names I was going to bring up. Was going to take a look at Teddy Bridgewater because of his time in Detroit. Of course, take a look at guys like Case Keenum, who was going to be on the list. Going to take a look at Carson Wentz, who you mentioned, P. Kid. But I think Case Keenum fits perfectly for what Ryan Poles said. He wants somebody who can be available to Caleb Williams when J.T. Barrett is not. J.T. Barrett comes in here as the quarterback's coach. Makes a ton of sense having J.T. Barrett here. But J.T. Barrett's got to take some time away and go, hey, I got a scheme to figure out here. I got to figure out how we're going to run this. I got to figure out how I'm going to teach this. So he's not going to have that 110% time to be with Caleb Williams. That's where a guy like Case Keenum comes in. Joel, what are your thoughts on the Keenum signing here?
I think it's perfect. He's not really a threat.
37 years old.
37. He's a 10-year. Well, actually, he last played in 2023. I guess he didn't play last year.
Played a little bit with the Texans. Played a couple of games when CJ was out.
In 2023, he was only 1-1 or something like that. He only played 2 games.
Yeah.
So that's fine. No threat, no real threat there. But at least someone that can give him. That's a 10-year-plus veteran that can give him some experience. Bagent is just 2 years old in terms of experience. Has more 2 years on Caleb. It's nice to get another person in the room. So I'm happy with it. I mean, to me, it's just. It feels like the Bears are just making smart decisions, and we're getting into modern football and getting guys that make sense and getting the coaching and getting this room. They're trying to coach. They're trying to win now. This isn't about – I don't think this is about winning 9 games. This is about we're trying to win now because we were supposed to take that leap last year, and we had a lot of egg on our face, or they had a lot of egg on their face last year. So this year is like, no. We made some moves. We're getting the line protection. We're getting this quarterback room up. So we got to get this guy ready to go.
Well, Joel, I don't think anybody goes into the season expecting to not win 17. I think the goal is to win 17.
No.
I think you end up winning 9 when things don't go your way in 8 of the games.
They thought they were going to sit there and compete for the division last year.
Yeah, you expect to go into every season and compete a little bit, and then you lose some games.
Okay, you know what, Pat? Thanks, buddy.
No, I just wanted to let you know how sports work. PK, what are your thoughts on the
sign?
sign?
Thank you for showing me that.
These guys. Coming off the interview where Poles actually talked about getting the vet and all that stuff, what is happening?
We're the Bright Brothers.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Exposure. Scary.
Yeah,
look at that.
I don't think it did. Anyway, keep talking this audio.
Yeah,
bright
we keep
now.
going.
Yeah, we got a show.
I think this is a little underwhelming. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not a big fan of it simply because Case Keenum didn't play with Ben Johnson in Ben Johnson's system last year. Teddy Bridgewater did. Teddy Bridgewater is one of those names out there that was available. There is no competition when it comes to who's challenging Caleb. Well, it's Caleb's job. It's Caleb's job to lose. It's not someone else's job to win. It's a big difference. And he's done enough to kind of earn that already. So I wanted them to go out there and get somebody who either had been with Ben Johnson before or had a long history of making some moves previously. I think you had mentioned Joe Flacco, Super Bowl.
Joe Flacco, yeah.
Joe Flacco, Super Bowl winning QB, also had been a backup on several different teams, came in and played phenomenal. Like, you wanted somebody like that. Joe Flacco's also trying to get into some type of coaching. So at this point, it's like a good transition for him. Joe Flacco knows he's not coming in to be the guy if he's coming to Chicago. He knows who the guy is, and he's actually been using that role previously to kind of support some young QBs. So to me, it's a little underwhelming, but if you wanted a non-threatening, pedestrian way of going about it, sure, Case Keenum, there you go.
JC, if you could get the meat juice off your face there for a little second there. What are your thoughts on the signing of Case Keenum there?
Yeah. It's a very good one. I actually like it. Not a lot of money invested into this signing, guys. 1 year, $3 million. I'll take it. I do love Case Keenum. I've always loved him. even from the times when he was actually playing in the division. I think that was some of his best years. That was the year
When he was with the Vikings, he cooked.
He had the miracle touchdown against
The
playoffs.
year. He played in 2017.
He had a what was the
To Diggs,
who was
I
Buddy
think.
last year? He had a Sam Darnold. Yeah, he was Sam Darnold before Sam Darnold.
Yeah, when he threw it to
11-3
Diggs,
that
that
year.
playoff seat, that miracle throw.
Oh, the miracle
again.
in the Meadowlands. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, how in the world did he catch that and get past the defense? But yeah, no, you got a guy who actually has had some really good years. 98.3 passer rating in 2017, 3,500 yards. Next year with the Broncos, almost 3,900 yards, 81 passer rating. So you got a guy who not only is just going to be a mentor, but he actually has had some experience winning and being successful in the league. And that's what I like, is that they're investing in that. And again, like you said, Joe, as I already mentioned, this team is going for the gold. This is not a development year. We already did that last year. We were in a bunch of games where we lost really because of our coaching and at the last second. So we could easily say that there was a lot of wins that were left on the table last year. I expect 10 plus.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you. I could have been.
Right.
Now?
They need to hire
When?
the timeout coach.
When?
Oh,
Yes.
that should be
needs
a,
to
that should be a
become thing.
position?
Yes.
We need to create the
How about
timeout
that?
Yes.
coach. You pay me
Makes sense.
Now?
$500,000 a year.
Hey, Flus, don't worry about it.
If you pay me, bro, you know
Don't
what
worry
I mean?
about it. I got you.
If you
I got
pay
you.
me $500,000 a year,
You had a brain fart. Don't worry about it.
all that, bro. Hey, look, five.
Hey, you know how those refs be having those emphatic charge calls? They be doing all this? Don't worry about it. Hey, listen, I got you, baby.
I would be extra with the timeout.
Love to see Pat out there.
There you go, right?
Hair on fire, dog. Definitely need to implement that coach.
Oh, this is a timeout coach, bro. We need to add that. I got to talk to Ben Johnson and just have that conversation with him. Like, Ben, let me talk to you about the timeout
No,
coach.
it's
Could have
like-
saved jobs. I'm saving jobs.
No, it's like.
Flus is still employed here if he calls four
Lord,
times
no.
out this year.
No, remember Rocky?
If he calls 4 timeouts this year, he still has a job. Like,
Remember
that's not a
Rocky
good
4?
idea.
He was supposed to throw the towel. Throw the towel!
Everybody and their mama was looking like that.
It's like, no,
He's
don't
like,
do it. Don't you do it.
Hey, I'm telling you, bro, $500K, I got you. Drew, what are your thoughts on the Keenum signing, my guy? Since we didn't get to you last
Well,
week.
yeah, well, they didn't give me my time.
Hey, you did it.
Yeah, Drew was good. What are your thoughts on the Keenum
But no,
signing?
after watching the interview this afternoon, we actually signed exactly what he said. He wanted a guy that knows his role,
Yeah.
that's been around the league, that can use his expert tutelage to help, you know,
way you
to
said
help the
tutelage.
younger quarterbacks grow in their development. Because if you look at Caleb last year and the comments that he made, that he had no one to help him learn film, nobody to teach him the
break it
nuances of the NFL and some of the things that he needed to learn to grow better as a player. And now you got somebody in the locker room that has over 10 years of experience that can bring that to the table. So I think the signing is great, and the money we spent on it is a good investment for Caleb and Tyson Bagent as a trade chip later on, in my opinion.
Case
You know what
Keenum
else
looks
is
like
great?
looks
You know
like
what-
Ben Johnson's
You
uncle.
know what else? We got over 100 in the chat.
We do got over 100 in the chat.
Over 200.
Over 200 in the chat. 200.
What were you saying?
I said he looks like Ben Johnson's uncle.
Oh, there's some familiarity there in the
He
face.
looks,
Oh.
hey, he looks like
You never know.
Some
These
random
jokers
lady.
are married today.
Him and Ben Johnson the same age. No,
Y'all
Ben Johnson's
related.
34. This is older
Yeah.
brother.
Brother-in-law. You never
Brother-in-law,
know. They married
right.
Somebody all related.
The one thing I will say about this, just to kind of close out, because listen, there's not a million things that you can say about Case Keenum is, and I think Drew hit the nail on the head. He does everything that Ryan Poles was looking to see from a backup quarterback. There is no challenge. None of us are sitting here beating the Case Keenum drum at any point in the year. And if you are, we will fight. I think that the knowledge that Case Keenum can bring on, not because I think you're bringing on knowledge for both quarterbacks. That's what this hire does to me, right? Case Keenum has not only been an elite backup, Tyson Bagent, who is 2 years older than Caleb Williams, still a young player that you probably don't want to get rid of because of his backup capabilities in a 17-game season, an 18-game season that's coming. And you say, listen, kid, you could go after your shot. Hopefully one day you get your shot. This may be the shot you get. You can make a lot of money doing this. don't mess up this shot. Here's how you stay in this place and stay ready and all these things. I think also for the starting aspect, though, you bring up his time, of course, when he was in Kansas City, in Houston when he started, had some time in Kansas City with some solid seasons, had some time in Minnesota with some solid seasons where you look at Case Keenum and say, as a starter, this is what's expected of you. This is the kind of work that you have to put in as the starting quarterback. This is what you need to do when the entire team is relying on you for the success of this team. Like, I think that you brought in the perfect guy for both rooms, and that is something that I don't think that you can undervalue if you're the Chicago Bears right now.
Yeah, I think anytime you just add experience and knowledge, it always helps. And the main thing is, like you said, how do we get Caleb to the point where we got to get him, like, he has to really be competing and leading this team from the quarterback position.
Yeah.
So I'm just happy to know that, like, this feels like a modern NFL team. I feel confident with the offensive line upgrades that they made. I feel like we have an actual scheme. Like, I feel good that we have potentially one of those coaches of the Sean McVay, the Matt LaFleur, who's the coach in Minnesota. Like, you got
Kevin O'Connell.
You got one of the guys.
I like that you said it with emphasis, though. Like, you didn't miss a beat with it. It's like Matt LaFleur,
Yeah.
Jan Campbell,
Coach
the dude in
of the
Minnesota, and the rest are here on Joe's Isle.
Wow.
I know,
You are
go
a
ahead.
complete moron. No, but I'm just saying that I like to see that the Bears are moving into a positive direction. As I brought out in the Bears Breeze.
There
by
it
the
is.
way,
Oh, hey.
the other day,
Make sure to tap into the Chicago Bears Breeze, hosted by the super producer
Everybody
Joel
tap in.
But I just felt like it was a good direction to see where we're going. So, okay, good. I mean, to me, yeah, Case Keenum, great. Just hopefully show the guy how to play quarterback in the NFL. Help him to break down some film where he's in the room with – because Ben is going to be able to break down certain things, and we don't know what Declan Doyle, how well he's going to be doing.
Hey, who is Buddy, bro?
Declan
Hey,
Doyle.
hey, I don't know. He's not
Buddy.
alive no more.
Doyle.
And
We
that had
have
me
not
dying. Jordan said, he said, this how Ben Johnson looked 30 days into the job. Declan Doyle must be dead.
Bro, I'm telling you, man. That's your understudy. That man is in the ground somewhere.
Oh, dog. I see the comment. I'm trying to find this comment. Who said it, bro? That must have me dying. He said, you give MF as a podcast, and they get to say
Joshua
Simmons,
the left tackle out of Ohio
as a
State.
podcast, Mike, and they just start saying anything. Whoever said they love Case
Right, that's
Keenum.
what I'm like.
I mean, now that he's on our team, yeah, we gonna show him some love. What do you mean?
I called him out. I was
Hey,
like,
bro.
you really love Case?
Hey, bro, the moment you said that, I'm like, Cap.
That's right. I'm like,
No, he was
Yeah.
he was
What are you
balling.
talking about?
He was balling in Minnesota. He had
He
a
was
Sam
killing
Darnold.
it.
He had
yeah, like
one
6
year.
years ago.
No, he had
Sam
2
Darnold.
straight years, 2017 and 2018.
bro,
no, he was only there for
He's
1
only there for
year.
one
Didn't he have a
year.
No,
stint
I'm
in San
saying he had
Francisco,
2
too?
straight years of successful
Yeah,
seasons.
he had two good seasons.
Minnesota and Denver back to back.
Yeah.
Fam, in Denver, he was almost 1-1 from TD to INT.
They were 6 and 10.
Bro, he still threw
Nobody
3,800
was.
yards. My point is,
Nobody was talking about Case Keenum.
I love the fact that Case Keenum
Hey,
is a
James
good add to
Winston
this
was
team.
is
Okay?
He's a
good
good
quarterback
backup.
to you, too.
He's a good backup.
What is his name? Joshua Simmons.
Kid is not defending a mid quarterback.
Yeah, what is your problem?
He ain't mid. He trash.
What? What you talking about? Case Keenum in those years?
Listen,
That was the definition of mid.
hey, I'm gonna just tell you this. This seems like, well, let's save some money. We don't want to spend
This
too much on a
guy
backup move. That's what it feels like.
know
to
what?
me.
Hold on a second.
Spending a lot,
I'm gonna
'cause
put
you're
you on a little
spending $5
something.
million on the back.
I'm gonna put you on a little something though.
Two backups.
You wanted Terry Bridgewater,
Teddy.
Teddy,
Teddy.
Terry
Terry-
Bridgewater
I like
is
Terry.
that's his uncle.
Terry.
Terry
Terry fixed
That's his twin brother.
Terry fixed carburetors back in the hood.
Teddy wanted to start still. You can't bring him in if he wants us to start.
Teddy ain't started in the
He
last 2
wants to,
seasons.
But
but
that's
he
his
wants to
desire.
start.
That's
He
his
wants
desire.
his desire is to start. So you don't want to bring that potential in your locker room of
Teddy
saying
ain't
he
beat out
wanted to start.
Josh.
No, Teddy ain't doing nothing.
Teddy ain't. No.
Teddy's
Yes,
Teddy was
yes, he did.
coaching and got called up.
And
I was gonna say.
he said he wanted to start in the NFL still.
Well, you can wish in
can't-
one
hey,
hand
so you
and
Case
crap in the
Keenum
other
wants to start in
and
the
see what
NFL
comes
somewhere
first.
if he
No,
can.
but he's
He ain't
accepted.
been
But
to.
he's accepted because he's been in more of a backup role. Teddy was a starter and was going somewhere until he blew out his knee. So he
was
has
like
he has
eons
that
ago,
he has that, but it's still he has that mindset that changes.
He's
He's
not.
been a backup at 2 different spots.
Man, look here.
That man's a backup,
As a
bro.
quarterback 3, Case Keenum
Geno
is
Smith
you can get really worse than Case Keenum, all right?
Yeah, no,
That's all I'm
it's
saying.
good, but no one's sitting
I
there saying,
love a Case Keenum. I said it.
You can't get worse than Case Keenum.
That he is
can.
of the
You get
level
Teddy
of the backup
Bridgewater
quarterbacks you
and
Teddy
want.
Bridgewater's not worse. He played in Ben
They're all the
Johnson's
same.
system. If you want to talk about someone who gives you expert tutelage,
Bro,
you get the
better
Negro
seasons did
that
Teddy have
actually
over
played under
Case?
Ben Johnson.
What better season did Teddy have over Case?
Not one.
He didn't have not one.
Actually,
Then what are we talking
Actually,
about?
if we're being honest, Case took Teddy's job.
He
In
did.
Minnesota.
He did. He
What are we
did.
talking
He did.
about?
He did.
I respect it.
Hey, whoever
So you
said you
respect it. So
give
you
somebody a
respect it,
podcast,
then-
you be
then
quiet.
take your
all right?
take back
No,
then.
he didn't
Are
because
we-
he
are
got
we
injured
really-
that season.
Are we really arguing?
That
No,
is the year.
yeah,
That's
this
the
is
year
it.
he took it over.
2017.
Hey, are we,
And
are
then-
we,
and
are we
Teddy
really
was wrong.
arguing about Casey? Listen,
It's the backup quarterback. We're happy we
it's
got
the
an experienced guy.
backup
But
quarterback.
nobody's sitting there. I
Defend my
love
guys
Case
to the
Keenum.
death.
That's all.
I defend him to the death.
A couple other signings the Bears made today. They did sign Miles Boykin, former third-round pick,
Boykin.
to the team, and defensive back Sean Wade. Miles Boykin, a wide receiver. Defensive back Sean Wade. They signed those two
Like the
players
size
as
of
well.
that guy.
And-
Whoa.
Hey, wait a
You're
minute.
going crazy
Hey,
over
give me a
there.
flag,
Oh,
bro.
where's
What
the
is
flag?
happening? What is?
Jesus.
Let me see that.
Hit him again.
Hey, listen, just,
Hey.
there you go. This is like, hey, I just tossed that up and just landed. Right there. That's
sorry.
crazy.
Coming fast with a I'm so sorry. Ready. I'm coming
From
fast
meat
with a
sauce to
ready. I'm
girth to everything. What is happening today, bro?
He came in late. Are you okay? Do you need an intervention?
That was nuts. That was nuts, bro. That was nuts.
Brandon Green's like, hey, yo.
I said, roll
Hit
the
it
credit.
up.
Roll the credits on him.
Sorry, y'all.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
Hey, where's King Booker World?
Oh yeah, dang it, JC. My people. I am truly sorry.
Roll
What
the
I meant
credits.
was that he's 6'4", 220 pounds. That's a very good
There
size,
he is. There's
size
King
for a
Booker
receiver.
World.
Oh.
There he is.
All right, I'm just gonna.
Don't
Don't look at me like this.
no, that was nuts. That was insane, bro. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Show love. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the page. Leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. We're gonna try to move past JC's wild day. He's having a
He's having a bunch
tough
of meaty personal
tough
takes.
start to
Rough
an
go of
episode.
it. Yeah.
Are you okay? Do you need help?
I'm fine. I'm
Like
actually
wink,
feeling
wink,
as good
wink
as I
once
ever
if you're
feel.
okay. Wink twice if we need a little assistance.
Let us
I got
know.
you.
Let us know. Let us know your thoughts on the Case Keenum signing. Do you like this signing? Make sure that you go out there and hit the like button. The Chicago.